Hey everyone, Vintage Vinny here, and welcome to my eBay sales for August 2025. I didn't do too badly in sales this month. Of course, I was doing a little bit more listing than I had been throughout the summer, so that definitely helped push my store into the eBay algorithm and give me some sales, which I'm always appreciative for. So without further ado, let's go ahead and see what I was able to sell this month. First item up is this A&E biography of John Wayne. Keep a long story short, I bought two of these not realizing I already had one copy of it, and I'd had it sitting for a while, so I think I bought it on Amazon. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I know it wasn't much. So I decided to go ahead and relist it on eBay. I had it up for $14.99, and it sold when I was running a 10% off sale in my store. So it sold for $13.50. This was really interesting. This is a Dance Douce Doral brand perfume. Very odd, interesting thing I'd never seen before. Bought it with a lot of things from a flea market vendor who just did clean outs, so it was really inexpensive, next to nothing really. And it did sell for a full asking price of $19.99. So this holy water font, Jasperware, I picked this up at an antique store on the way to Lynchburg in April, and it was on sale, 50% off, so I only paid $2.50 for it, and it did end up selling for a best offer of $25. I don't typically do well with religious items. It's very hit or miss, but some things, if you don't buy or pay a lot for them, you can get a little bit of money for them, hence this, for example. This is something that I've actually had sitting in my store for quite a while. I didn't really realize that other ones were listed at the time, so I saw that one had sold for over $800, and I left it at that because somebody had bought that one for that extreme amount of money. But I didn't realize that with time other ones got listed and the value was much less than the $800 what that was originally shown when I looked it up. I did spend $14.99 on this Florence Ceramics Masquerade figurine, and I decided to go ahead and drop the price to $379.99, and somebody offered me $100 less than that, and because I only spent the $15 on it, I went ahead and took it. See, that's what happens sometimes, not to ramble on too much about this, but sometimes, prices do change, or others become available for much lower and I don't realize it. So when somebody sends me a really low offer on something, like originally from the 800 to the whatever it was, I went ahead and decided to do a little bit more research on it just to make sure that I was getting a fair price for it. And lo and behold, other ones were selling for, $350, $280 to about $350. So markets change and I'm unaware, so that's why it's just good to check on it when somebody sends you what you consider to be a low offer. So this was really funny. So I went up to Maine, visited my family, and my cousin gave me these Princess House Fantasia mugs from the 80s. And she said, I know that you sell stuff, so why don't you take these and make a little extra dough. So I did, and I thanked her very much for it. I was not expecting these to sell as quickly as they did. I think I had been back for about a week, or not even that, and I just decided to get back into the swing of things, and I listed these, and literally the next day I received a best offer of 17 bucks, and I took them. So these were free to me, and I didn't pay anything for them. So that was a great profit there. So this Kanawha Amber Glass Donkey figurine I had bought probably last year, and I spent $20 on it. It did sit for a little while. I did get some lowball offers on it, as per how bargaining usually happens here on eBay. But I decided to hold off, and I'm glad that I did because it sold for $55. So here's what it looks like without the glow, and here's what it looks like with the glow. Pretty cool, huh? So while at my Salvation Army a few months ago, I spotted this Lennox Doctor Boy figurine. Never seen it before, thought it was interesting. Paid 50 cents for it, and it wound up selling for a best offer of $35. Never in a million years did I think something like this. And it's small, it's not a big figurine at all. But couldn't believe it sold for 35 bucks. So some Lennox things, if you can find them, and they're different, look them up. So these Libby Cobalt Blue Celestial coffee mugs, again, were something that sat for a little while. I did spend $4 on both of those mugs together, so $2 a piece. And I'd gotten some lowball offers on them, but I finally was able to sell them for full asking price of $109.99. So if you guys see these out and about thrifting, so there's something about this right now that's really trendy. I've had other cups and I had a candle votive thingy that sold for really good money. So if you keep your eyes peeled for this stuff at the thrift stores, because it does sell and it sells well. So I bought this Richard Simmons Sweat Into the Oldies DVD set at Goodwill when Katie, Vintage and Vinyl, was visiting. And, most DVDs nowadays don't really do all that well unless you have, like, a complete set of something, or, a lot of DVDs are pretty universal, and there's an ample supply of different ones. But anywho, I did spend, I think, $3 on this Richard Simmons set, and it did sell for full asking price of $24.99. Yet another item that I bought when Katie was here is this caller ID, brand new from the 90s. I guess there's just some people out there who like this old school technology. I bought this for $1 at I think it was the Queen City Flea Market in Cumberland, and it sold for a full asking price of $39.99. So keep your eyes peeled for these if you see them out there, because some people really like that old school technology. So I'm always looking in the grab bags at the Goodwill when I go, because they can throw some pretty good stuff in there, and then other times it's like, I wouldn't buy that. But anyway, so I noticed these, soaps that I'd never seen before. A Spray London, apparently these were maybe soaps that you got if you stayed at like a really like high-end or expensive hotel, like maybe like the Ritz-Carlton or something. After totaling up how many items I got in the bag, with the price, I ended up spending 33 cents a piece on these, and I sold both of them for $19.99. So a lot of the old figurines, depending on what they are, some can do well and some, just aren't worth your time. But these are Norcrest baseball players, probably from the 50s or 60s. I paid, I think, $4 total for both of these, and they wound up selling for $20. No cracks, no chips, nothing on them. You all know how much I love to pick up the beauty products, shampoos, perfumes, colognes. I just do really well there. So yet another item that I bought when Katie was with me is this Divi shampoo. Brand new, never been opened. I spent $3.60, and it did sell for a best offer of $25. So last year, I want to say maybe it was early fall, I went back up to the Queen City flea market because I hadn't been for a while. And I spent well over $300 in there. I don't know how I did it, but I just did. And I was finding stuff left and right to sell live and at my or in my eBay store, and I spotted this Wish pomegranate body butter set. Never heard of this brand. I don't know where this was sold originally. But I paid, I think, $2.50 a piece for them. The first one that I had sold for $31. This one sold for $30. And because I had it sitting for so long and knowing what I invested into it, I took the $30. So if you all have any insight as to where this brand is sold, I don't know if it's an Ulta or Sephora brand, or I really don't know, but I was pretty tickled to sell both of these together for a combined total of $61, and I only spent $5 on both of them. So this item I actually picked up when I was in Memphis at one of the places that we visited. I spent $3 on this. It's Trilogy Rose Hip Cream Cleanser, and I did end up selling it for $18. So you all know I love the old Coca-Cola serving trays, or just any of the tip trays if I can get my hands on them. This was actually an online arbitrage score. I got this on Etsy, believe it or not, and I paid up for it. I paid like $32 for it. But I know that if I list these with lots of different keywords, like as you see in my title, I have antique original, the year that it was made, the different names that collectors call this. It was either Elaine, the World War I girl. Those are just good keywords to put into your description, or into your titles and description, of course. And I had it listed for $84.99, and somebody offered me $75, and I gladly accepted, because as you can see, I mean, this piece is in pretty good condition, being 109 years old. And it does have some dents and dings, because, you know, this, again, it's 109 years old, but cosmetically, it really is in beautiful condition. If I didn't already have one of these, I would have kept it, but anytime I can find these for a really good deal, I will pick them up and sell them, of course. Another item that I picked up to sell, this is from a Goodwill grab bag, is this American Eagle Be True Perfume Body Mist. 2.5 ounces, so it was a good travel size. This, again, did come out of a Goodwill grab bag. I don't remember off the top of my head what I paid for it. However, I did sell it for $16.99. The final two items, believe it or not, I listed yesterday, Saturday, as I'm filming this, and these have actually been sitting, I'd say, for maybe a couple of months, and I'm glad that I finally got around to listing them. This is a 1950s-60s Bartlett Collins cookie jar, white with the red strawberries. It's not a very big one. I mean, I usually see the larger Bartlett Collins cookie jars, but I never see the small ones, so that was definitely an unusual pick for me. And I paid, I think, $1.75 for this, and somebody did send me a best offer of $21, and I gladly accepted. And the final item that I would like to share with you all for my sales from August of 2025 are these really cool souvenir Hanes Shoe House salt and pepper shakers. Again, these were just something that I bought on a whim at a flea market. You know, I like to look for things that are different, unique, something I've never seen before. and these fit that to a T. I did not realize that they had some value to them. I ended up spending $5 on them, and literally, like I said, I listed them yesterday, Saturday, and they sold within the same day of me listing them. So I did get full price of $29.99. So folks, that concludes my eBay sales for August of 2025. Let me know down below in the comments section what sales surprised you the most. What sales did you have on eBay that really did well for you? I would love to know. Leave it in the comments section. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye everyone.